Government arrived, my father was jobless, and my mother told my father, this is probably the best time for my family to get out of the Congo and go somewhere else, because this is what most ex-government officials were doing. My father said, no, I don't want to get out of the Congo because I devoted my time to the Congolese people, so I'm going to stay here. Long before you knew it, the new government that arrived, they were willing to take some ex-government officials back so they can work with them. Meanwhile, it was really a trick. They wanted to have all the ex-government officials working for them, so whenever it was time for them to begin to execute them, they can begin to execute them. But my father didn't know this. My father worked for the new government for 7 months. We heard from him. Then he was deployed in the eastern side of Congo, where there was other civil war that broke out there. My mother started calling, and he would never hear from my father. So my mother's like, what's going on? And during this time, in the capital, it was actually very chaotic because the new government just arrived. So a lot of the Congolese people, they had hatred towards one another. So gunshots was part of your everyday second, not just like, but like it was almost like 4th of July. You guys know, we just celebrated 4th of July last week. So like, you know how loud it gets when people like send off fireworks, but where people were actually dying from that. And Congo was full of chaos. You know, you walk down the street, people would be chopped up with machetes, people would have tires over their body, they'd be burned alive. This was the society that I came out of. Going back to my father's story. So my mother's like, where's my husband? I'm trying to get in touch with my husband. I can't figure out anything. No one wanted to tell my mother what happened to my father. And eventually we came to find out that my father was assassinated with 13 different government officials because the ex-government feared that those ex-government officials were going to take over. During that time, my life changed. Everything my family had was taken away. A lot of people think Africa, you know, like there's just like jungles. There's actually cities in Africa. You know, there's computers. There's, you know, pretty much everything people have here is in Africa also. But because the place is so large, there are places where it's rural, like you see on TVs, where there's villages. But where I was from the city. In the snap of a finger, everything my family had was taken away. Our car, our money.